Guys, so last week I mentioned that I was going to O-ring the block probably in this week's video. I decided to do it, and I can tell you this is a tedious job, and this is my first time ever putting copper O-rings on a block. Hopefully it's right. I mean, they're in, well, 3 out of the 4. I'm gonna show you guys the last one. I'll explain what I'm doing. I didn't want to explain. I wasn't gonna have you guys watch me do every single one of them. I fucking literally would have been watching for the last hour and a half. So I'll show you guys one hole. Basically, this is what I got here. Got this copper wire, and this was sent with the block when I got it from Ramey. So if you look here, here's the cylinder I haven't done yet. So you can see the groove cut around the bore here, right, on the top of the sleeve. And if you look at these, there I've installed the copper O-ring on each one of these. Now, and everything that all the research I did, they basically, the one thing that I first learned was when you start next to, you always put the ends of the O-ring by a head stud, and you pick the head stud farthest away from a coolant jacket. So in other words, on this cylinder, you can hardly see where I started. I don't even know if it'll focus enough for you to see it. Probably not, but I started right here, right next to this hole, because there's no coolant jacket. On this one, I started right down here. There's no coolant jacket here. I started this one right here. I don't even know if you can see that. I don't know, maybe I did do a decent job on these. So this one here, I was looking for the last one. And, well, I mean, if you look, I ain't got much to choose from. Coolant jacket, coolant jacket, coolant jacket, coolant jacket. So I'll probably end up picking this one because it's the smallest coolant jacket compared to the rest of them. So we'll probably go with this one, and I'll start here and loop her around. So when you cut wire with a pair of, like, pair of dikes, side cutters, whatever you want to call them, pliers, whatever you're cutting it with, it's gonna obviously cut the wire to have a point on the end of the wire, right? Because you cut it, so it's gonna be pointy. You need to take a file and file down the end so it's flat, because the two ends, they're gonna meet, and you want them to be flat so when they push together, it makes a good seal and it's not pointy and pushing on each other. So basically, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to start here with one end of the wire after I shave or sand it down, and then we're going to loop around the block, or yeah, around our O-ring hole here, slightly tapping the O-ring in with this nylon drift. Now the reason I'm using a nylon drift is because if I use a steel drift, I'd mess up the whole top of the block. So don't use steel. Nylon, it's soft and it doesn't hurt anything. So I ordered these off Amazon. They're like for, I don't know, doing work on a Glock or something. But anyways, I'm gonna go around and tap it in, Happy.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now.
Until I get to the end. And when you get to the end, I'll explain it when I get there as well, but you want to leave just a little bit more, because one, you're going to have to grab your file and sand down that other end when you cut it. And also, if you leave a little bit, just a touch, you know, like a thousandths longer, and you tap it in there, it's almost like dropping things. It's gotta set this camera down, guys. I'm dropping everything. you know, it butts together. And you want it to be nice and tight in there, pushing, so that it doesn't just, you know, blow open and, you know, freaking blow a head gasket, basically. So, yeah. That's that. Now, I'm going to get to doing this, and then, I don't know. We'll see where this goes. That one's done. Got all of those O-rings in. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully they stay sealed. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. I ain't no pro, so I honestly don't really know. Yeah. She's O-ringed. All right, quick tech tip. Back in the day, working on my B16, this coolant pipe was such a pain in the ass to put in. I swear, like, we put it in, the damn O-rings would leak every time. Put a little dielectric grease on those O-rings. It slid right in there. Slid right in here. Everything is money. Let's just hope it doesn't leak. But it's on there. So I got the water pump on. Got the coolant pipe on. Got a filter spun on here. Still need to put my plug in for plug this hole, and then I have my I gotta pull these plugs one of these days. Get those out of there, and then I can get my breather fittings in. And then for the most part, you know, it's just a matter of, you know, getting my fittings and all the other deals I need back here put back in. But really, other than that, for the most part, the block is basically done. Hopefully here in the next video or a couple videos or something, we're getting the cylinder head put on here. But like I said in the last video, patience is a virtue, and you really got to I don't know, take your time with this stuff. So yeah, like, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.